All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Good morning, Norm. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing, Carlos? Good morning.
Doing good, doing good. And just was thinking a bit how great the market has been the last couple of days with our watch list. I mean, we're getting some really good moves. We saw the same thing yesterday with Andrew back trading, so that's been exciting to see the market trade as well as it has been. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Now that we've moved kind of out of the earnings season or close to the end of it, it's good to see things are still giving us some moves.
Absolutely. And as usual, today it looks like we have a bunch of stocks also. Our gappers list had quite a bit on yesterday, and looks like today we also have quite a bit here today as well. So let me sure my pen is up and running here. So let's get through it, guys. As usual, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the pre-market show. Welcome, guys, in the chat room. Our rundown is we'll go over the top plays and highlights. So that is basically our watch list here, what I had on watch, and kind of see how those stocks traded yesterday. What that does also in doing that, we get to familiar with these patterns, right, that we're seeing constantly, because trading is all about being to identify these patterns over and over on a long period of time frame, and then being able to take these trades, right? And what it does also, it gives opportunity for our gappers here to get going, get some volume. It is pretty early right now, only 8:30 Eastern time. Then from there, we'll go into the market pause, see what the markets are doing today. We check the SPY, so we'll see what the SPY, how it's opening up this morning. Then we'll get started with our pre-market watch list. We'll go over our gappers list. We'll go over our NASDAQ active, NASDAQ gainers right over here. And then we will look at the stocks you're watching that we might have not looked at in this process. So let's get right to it, guys. And then around 9:15 or so, 9 o'clock, we'll start finalizing our watch list. And Brian will come on, and Brian will give his intake on what he's watching. And then Andrew will be on around 9:15, where he finalizes his list, and we go live from there. So let's get right to it, guys. Let's see our top plays and highlights. We had a really good list, a lot of stocks in play yesterday that traded really well. Let's start with SE. Let's get our charts here. So SE yesterday was on our list. It had a decent pre-market action, and yesterday had a beautiful opening range breakup. And I think a lot of you guys traded this stock, maybe not right here, but I saw a lot of you guys waiting for this possible bull flag. This is the pole here, and here's you got your flag. So a lot of you waited for this flag here and took this long when it became to this point that was kind of what Brian likes to call like a pendant right here, right? And then it just took off nicely from here, broke the high of day all the way up to 20.75, and this is a big move, guys. This is $20 to 20.75. That's $75 move on a stock that's 20 cents. I'm sorry, on a stock that's $20. That's a great move. So really nice move there on SE. Traded really well at the open. Look at the 1 minute chart, very clean. Again, just holds this level here. Look at the moving average. Then it takes off right from there. This is where your entry would have been here if you didn't catch a 2 minute break, opening range break up here. Next, we have Best Buy. Best Buy was the only one that seemed very choppy. Again, look at these wicks here. Was not clean at all. I was watching this closely. Was not able to get an entry either way on this short or long. Just became very choppy. And these are big moves, guys. I mean, on a stock like this, you want to be very careful. When it's not trading as clean as it is now, you want to just really avoid it. Look at this wick here. This is 70, 50. This down here is almost 69. So that's $1.50 move there. You want to be very careful when the stock is moving like that. MYL was the star yesterday. A lot of people took this short, including Andrew. A lot of member recaps yesterday as well. We'll get into those in a bit. But right here has this huge wick, sells all the way up to 29, and then starts selling back down. And this is beautiful. Look at this nice engulfing here. Right, so after you wait for it to settle down, you get in here for a short right in here. This was a perfect entry. Even if you waited the 5 minutes, right? Here's the 5 minute mark, 9:34. Even if you waited, you could have taken a short right over here as it broke this level here, 27.01, which we had from our pre-market show yesterday. So pretty nice opening range breakdown here. A lot of you guys took it on the 2 minute break. I mean, it just gave you a beautiful signal. Here's the engulfing pattern. You take it in right here, and that was a beautiful short all the way down to 26.12. Next was Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers, another one that didn't open up pretty clean, very, very choppy. But then again, it just kind of builds all the way into this level here. And I think Brian called this out for a long right here. He saw it coming. He called it up. Said, hey, guys, this is kind of it's trading into a point. And once it trades into a point, somebody's got to win, buyers or sellers. Obviously here the buyers won, and he took this for a long right when this happened. So beautiful trade here. It sells right back down. Again, it was not an easy trade to hold through, but this is a big move here from 1910 all the way up to 1950. That's a great move there. So Brian called it out perfectly. He saw it happening and forming, and it did just that. Next, I had EA on watch. Again, EA had, look at this, another great example of just a stock that had no volume. This is a NASDAQ stock, so it's kind of weird that it has no volume and has such a great open. But Norm, as you know, EA's been doing this almost the last couple of weeks, right? Where it's just no action. And then look at this beautiful trade. Pops up nicely, rejects this level. Once you wait, it loses the VWAP, becomes a beautiful short all the way down to 97.60. So again, just a very clean trade here. Look at the 1 minute chart, beautiful double top here. Not as clean as we like to see, but as a double top, as you know, guys, it comes down, comes right back up. Perfect one would have been here, right? But this is also good though. When the second top is lower than the first, that means it doesn't have enough strength to get up to where it last was rejected, and it comes right back down. So just a beautiful double top reversal there on the 1 minute chart. Roku has been unbelievable. Again, another big day yesterday. Again, sold up here, became very choppy. It looks like it was going to put in a bull flag here. It does not succeed if it fails here once it loses VWAP. But then it was a great mid-morning play. It settled in, consolidated, it started taking off. Now, this here is unexpected, right? You don't expect to take this trade. But once it goes above VWAP and it closes above VWAP and you see that it's holding VWAP, this is where it becomes a possible play for a long, right in here, right? You see that it's holding. It somewhat looks like a bull flag. You get in here and you just ride the moving averages nicely all the way up to 67.25. So again, another big day for Roku. We'll see how it trades today. Jiva was the one that I had on low floats, and again, just didn't do much. Sold off, never gave us an opportunity for a fallen angel or a pop towards the top. So, Norm, is anything on your end that you had that had a good move?
Off the top of my head, sorry, I'm still been setting up over here. Yeah, I caught a decent move myself. That one was on lows.
Yes, that's right. That's right. The recap. Check the recap out on lows. I mean, it's just this was a opening range breakdown you caught here, I believe, 15-minute or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
no, it was a little earlier than that. I think I caught it in the 4th minute or third or fourth candle where it came back up, and then you see it tested VWAP, failed, and that's when I was able to take it short.
Yeah, so just a beautiful short. Yeah, your recap does have the 15-minute chart up. That's what I thought it was 15 minutes, but it was before that. You're right. Yep. You're right. So check out Norm's recap on the trade he did on lows. Again, they didn't have a great pre-market action, but we talked about this where, sometimes these nicey stocks don't have a lot of volume, but they still have a great open. So Norm watched low, and this became a beautiful opening range breakdown here. So very nice trading by Norm yesterday. All right, guys. So let's get into our gappers list. A lot here, tons to go through. So let's start. Actually, before we do that, let's look at the SPY. Let's see what the SPY is doing daily chart. And this reminds me also, make sure to check out Brian's midweek recap. He put this in as well. And again, he talks about what the SPY is potentially looking to do and how the market financials are looking at the moment. So again, pretty flat. Again, another flat day opening, not doing much. We've been seeing this, for the last several days. Here's was the only day that really sold off quite a bit. But then again, everything else has been pretty flat. So Brian talks about how in a couple of days we'll see if this really wants to continue to consolidate and just make newer highs, or are we going to bounce back down from here? And he talks about other possible swing trades and things like that. So make sure you check that out on the YouTube channel. Next let's start with our gappers list. We have HZNP. So HZNP right over here. Let's get our charts in line. All right, so right now not a great pre-market action. Well, the 5-minute chart looks a little better, but again, pretty flat right now. I don't like this flat action. It's just nothing much going on. 223,000 shares traded so far, gapping up 22.7. Let's see what the daily chart. You can tell this stock doesn't trade too well on normal days. See how just flat this is. Here you have a couple of days where it's doing something, but pretty flat for the most part. I'm wondering what's the news on this one today, because it's gapping up quite a bit.
It was a drug trial that is having positive results.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, so it looks interesting right now. It doesn't have the best pre-market action. We'll keep it on here. I like that it's gapping up 22.4. That's quite a bit. and the volume is so for the moment. JD is on here. JD gapping up 13.6. That's nice. Let's get rid of some of these levels. So JD gapping up 13.6. Look at the volume, 5.0 million shares traded. So quite a bit. Beautiful pre-market action right now. It's getting a little flat. I mean, look at this candle here. This is a 1.2 million shares candle. So that's kind of weird there. But again, the volume is definitely there. As you know, guys, we have been single available for our members, so we can check out here what is the news as well. Just type in the ticker. So it looks like we got some good earnings on JD. So good earnings, good outlook, positive stuff happening for today. So gapping up quite a bit. We'll definitely like the daily chart at the moment. It looks good. Volume obviously is there. And we got to be careful with this type of volume. Usually when a stock has so much volume like this, it could be so choppy at the open. So do not jump in right away to trade it one way or the other. You know, my advice is just wait for it to settle down and pick a direction that it wants to go in. And JD could tend to be very choppy from trading it in the past as well. So here we go. We have Billy is up 8.3, 300,000 shares traded so far. Pre-market action, it's okay. It's starting to build some kind of flow here. I like the stocks when they build this flow and they're not just trading flat. So let's see if we can get some ranges going. It needs more volume though. I think all the volume is sitting on this one candle. Most of it, 53,000 shares just right here. We need the volume spread out to create a nice flow here. So we have traded Billy in the past. It doesn't trade too well. Again, it doesn't move a lot, but today could be a day where it's going to be in play. So let's keep an eye on Billy. All right, we got a POS stock coming up here, CGC. We haven't seen this one up here in a while. Let's remove these levels here. So the daily chart looks good. Daily chart's putting it a nice kind of double bottom on the daily chart. So it looks like it might want to break out today. Again, these stocks, all the POS stocks, even Cron, which I like to trade, have been really strong over the last couple of weeks. And then they kind of sold off a bit here. It looks like they're ready to head back up based on this daily chart. Looks good. So I like the daily chart. Love the pre-market action right now. This is a good pre-market action, guys. Look at the flow here. Look at the volume. So it's creating a nice little pattern. Look at the 1 minute chart. That looks clean also. So I like CGC. Up 3.4. Nice volume so far this morning. BMY is up 3%. 309,000 shares traded so far. Let's get rid of some of these levels. Actually, some of these levels might look good still, actually, towards the top. 52.89, that looks good right here. Look how this day respects that level there and rejects it. So really nice. And then next one, 53.91. So we'll go through that again at a slower pace on the levels. But let's see what the pre-market action looks like now. It is it's a bit choppy. Very choppy pre-market action. Yeah, right? I mean, this is...
BMY can be very tough to trade.
Yeah, I'm looking at the price action now. Does not look good at all. So we'll keep it on here, but this could be one that we drop. That pre-market action looks a little scary there. MU in our gappers today. MU has not been trading well.
Buddy.
What was that?
Our good buddy.
Hey, our good buddy. Yeah, our good buddy has not been trading well. It's so funny. Andrew was mentioning yesterday that when he trades MU, AMD does well. When he trades AMD, MU does well. So it's just one of those things. But right now, it does have a bit of a volume. 271,000 shares traded so far. 2.2, not the best pre-market action. But again, we know MU can put in a good opening. A good opening at the market. Once it opens, it can put in a good strategy, good patterns if it gets to pick a direction. But the volume will be there for sure. So it's down 2.2 today. We'll keep it on here. See if our good buddy wants to play nice today. ALDR down 2.6, 170,000 shares traded. Horrible pre-market action. It's just not clean at all right now. Seems pretty choppy. Have we traded this before? What stock is this?
I don't remember trading it, Carlos. I believe it's a secondary offering too, which really most times makes it difficult to trade.
I mean, look at these candles over here. This is at the open or yesterday? That was this morning. Yeah, this is This looks very funky. Daily chart looks even more funky. Look at this daily chart, how just flat it is here. Then you have these big drops. So we'll keep it on here, but this is one that we'll go through the more details. Does not look like it's a clean tradable stock at the moment. Sky down 5.5, 352,000 shares traded right now. I like when the daily chart looks like this and then it drops. So that looks nice. It is a nicey stock, but wow, what a horrible pre-market action. I mean, this is a 3 out of 10, guys. Again, all the volume sitting on this one candle here, not really creating a nice flow. So although we have 352,000 shares traded, again, it's just not a clean pre-market action. So we'll probably get rid of that one. SQ down 5.8, 293,000 shares traded so far. And SQ, this is normal for SQ. I mean, they get tons of volume. It's kind of like a MU, but this one is a little more choppy. You really got to be careful with this one. Brian knows how to trade this stock very well. He watches it often and can understands the way it trades and its patterns. So we'll be really careful with this one today. Down 5.8, has some nice volume here. Pre-market action looks decent. No, it looks choppy. It does look choppy. But for SQ, this is good. This is clean compared to the regular days that it opens up, right? I mean, this is
Oh, absolutely.
it could be so choppy. Next, we have CELG, CELG. I know we watched this before a lot. I have never traded it personally. I'm not sure if you have, Norm, but again, it's just one of those stocks that I think is hard to trade. As you can tell, look at the daily chart. It just doesn't look clean, guys. You have here actually it's trading pretty clean from here to here, but the last couple of days from here to here, it just has not been trading well daily chart wise. And what I mean by that is just, it seems very flat. Like you don't get a lot of movement. It's very flat. Not much action happening between here. So today it is quite a bit of a volume. Very choppy pre-market action, guys. As you can see, this is flat and it goes up. It's flat. You don't have a flow to it. That's what we're looking for. A kind of flow to it with volume. Look at this one candle here, 138,000 shares just on this one candle. So again, this is what I mean when it can be very choppy and very difficult to trade. We'll keep it on here. We'll find some levels. But with all the stocks we have in our gappers list, I might not watch this one. Box is looking very choppy right now. 518,000 shares traded. Down 22%. That's quite a bit. That's nice. Down 22%. Oh, I like that. That's it's down quite a bit. You can tell the daily chart doesn't look as great. Look how the candles are. The bodies of the candles are very small. A few gaps here. This is a foreign stock. What is this? Doesn't look like it is.
It's a tech stock, but they've had some earnings this morning or yesterday.
Okay. So I like that they were down so much, 22.5. All right, so it's a cloud service like Dropbox. Gotcha. All right, so they're down quite a bit, and again, just the daily chart doesn't look great, but I like the fact that they're down so much. The pre-market action, very choppy, guys. Not clean at all. It is early. Hopefully, it gets better as we get through our day here, through our morning, but does not look great at the moment. Next, anything else we missed in our gappers list? I think we covered about everything. All right, so let's look at our NASDAQ active over here, NASDAQ gainers. See if you can find any stocks that are trading well. SQBG, it is up 57% right now. 543,000 shares traded. This looks very low float. Let's check it out. SQBG. Actually, not that low flow, 45 million shares. So float, so not that bad. It is under $5, so I'll be very cautious with this. But it looks like something that's going to be in play today. It has the volume. It is setting up nicely. If it can hold here and then start getting some volume and pushing up towards the high of the day, it could be in play. So for those that do trade, actually it's not a low flow, but it's just the action does look like a low flow. It's not really that low of a flow, So we'll keep it on here. SQBG. Norm, you have something on that one?
No, I was agreeing that it looks like it's a low float.
Yeah, right. Just the way it's trading. I was shocked when I saw 45 here on the float. Just the way it's trading. RKDA, 1.1 million shares traded. Does not have a clean pre-market action at the moment. What is the float on this one? RKDA. Now this is a really low float, guys. 2.9. So it's really risky here. But when it does get the volume, it does tend to run. You have some volume here. You had a big day today. It looks like it's trying to put in a big day already. It has almost more than half of what it did here. So gapping up quite a bit, 51.9. We'll keep it on here. We'll find some levels on it. HZNP we have already. BSQR, I thought we just looked at this one. Or am I mistaken? No, we haven't. BSQR. Not looking good. I don't like the pre-market action. It looks all over the place and not as much volume. So I'm going to skip this one. TGTX, no volume, not a good pre-market action. TTOO, horrible pre-market action, not much volume. JD, JD's putting in a good pre-market action right now. So this is good. This looks very nice. Tons of volume. Interesting to see how this one is going to open today. IFMK, no volume, not a good pre-market action. SRRA, nothing happening. And then ENDP, just nothing going on. No activity for this stock today. So NASDAQ active right over here. NVAX. Nothing happening here. Has the volume, guys, but look how this thing is trading, right? It's under $1, which is I don't like to trade to begin with, but just look at the volume, right? You got all this volume happening. See this? 157,000 shares traded, 56 now. 63 now, climbing, but nothing's happening. So again, just not tradable. This could be some kind of buyout or something. Dropping 64%, dropping from $2. So again, to me, that's not tradable. You want to stay away from something like that. JD we have, RKDA we have, CELG we have, NASDAQ ETF here. We don't trade those. SGYP, not tradable. No good pre-market action here at all. SQBG, I believe we looked at. This is the one that's 45 million shares float, but it looks like it's trading like a low float. So interesting to see next couple of minutes how that develops. AMD, very choppy pre-market action right now. Seems to be all over the place. Again, always with the volume. But again, guys, it doesn't mean anything. There are people that watch certain stocks every day and they're patient. When that stock puts in a move, that's when they trade it. So AMD and MU are one of those stocks. So you can watch every day and be patient. Just wait until they actually put in a good move, a good strategy, because they're going to get the volume. Every day, AMD and MU will get the volume. And in some cases, they trade really nice. QQQ ETF, Billy we have already on our list here, selling off a bit. I do not have shares for short here on Billy for my broker, so that's a bummer. Let's see what it does. I like the daily chart. I like that it's breaking out from here, so it seems to be very strong today. But Billy can be very choppy and not move at all. So we'll see how that develops. All right, guys, let's see what you guys have on your end. A big list here. We'll go through this and eliminate the week in a second, but let's check out what you guys have. Also, let's look at TNDM. I did not have this one on my list, but it put in a great move yesterday. Again, yesterday it was up. Look at this. It was up. I forgot what it was, but it was something that's like 20% or something crazy. It was up quite a bit, and it put in a really good day. Andrew traded this for sure. Make sure you check out Andrew's recap. He's feeling a little better, coughing less yesterday, so that's good. I think he's getting better. But he's back trying to get to ease his way into trading. He had a really nice short on this one here. What else we have? FIT, FIT. All right, FIT is at the moment has the volume. Wow, down 16.4. Why is FIT not on our list over here? Is the average true range maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 24. So it barely moves, but it's a lower flow. A lower price stock, so you could take a larger number of shares, but it barely moves. Not a great daily chart, but it is down 16.4. So that's interesting. I like when stocks drop this much. Does have the volume, but the pre-market action is not as clean. But it's worth taking a look at it. So we'll keep it on here. HPQ. I see a lot of you guys mentioning HPQ. Let's check that out. HPQ. Not a clean pre-market action, guys. What's the deal with this one? Any news? Down 14.5.
Yeah, it's earnings. Earnings and average true range is keeping it off. Once again, I think it'll move today. It's a NASDAQ or NYSE stock, so it'll probably not have great pre-market, but it might be something to watch later.
Yeah, it is. I don't like the pre-market action right now. The volume is okay, but I do like what that is. It's down 14.5. That's a lot for a stock that's trading at $24. So it's down quite a bit. So it could have one of those big days today. We have some very clean levels here. Yeah, it's another one we can throw on here. HPQ. All right, guys. Anything else you have? JD is my Yelp, so that's not for me. Good, Chris. Yeah, there's some stocks that are, again, you don't want to have a bias, but there's some stocks you just have some really bad experiences. Just stay away from them, right? I agree. That's Snap for me. I don't like trading Snap. Very choppy. Roku is not putting in any type of good pre-market action. No volume, but that does not mean anything for Roku. This is a stock that you can watch today, and you can possibly get a really good move. The key with Roku, I think, is you have to wait for it to settle in. It could be very choppy at the open. People taking profits, or reshifting their position, as they did yesterday. Look at yesterday. It sold up, sold right back down, and then it took off. But again, Roku has been. If you look at our daily chart on Roku has been unbelievable. Just look at the several moves, very strong over the last couple of days. What's the next level above here? All right, so we do have some levels here. So yeah, Roku definitely. I'm not gonna watch it right now because doesn't have a lot of volume. But if it hits our turbo breakdown and turbo breakup scanners, it's something you can definitely check out, because I think it's gonna have a big day. It's just been doing that. Seems like every single day. It's been doing great moves. We have TDOC, not much volume at the moment, but it looks like it's starting to pick up here a bit. And pretty flat since the pre-market opened up, but here starting to get some volume. Down 11.6. Yeah, I like the fact that it's down 11.6, but again, the pre-market action just has to get better, and it's just we have way too many. So I'm gonna pick something that has a little more volume than this one. This one only has 117. So yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. All right, guys, we'll look at two more. JCP. This is Jcpenney, right? I can't believe these guys are still in business. Well, their stock doesn't look like it's in business. I mean,
barely.
Yeah, they're barely hanging on here to a website or something. Who knows? Yeah, not a great pre-market action. Look at the volume, 3.1 million shares traded, and it's not putting in a good pre-market action. I want to stay away from that. Look at the 1 minute chart, how heavily it's traded on the same price between 2 cents. So yeah, you want to avoid this type of stock, this type of price action. It's just not something you want to be involved in. Let's look at all right, so last one here, guys, WTW. Let's see what WTW is doing today. Not a great pre-market action, but what I like about WTW is that it's down all the way down here. Again, it's down quite a bit from yesterday, so it could start putting in some kind of move today. But right now, the pre-market is not giving us anything good at the moment. All right, guys, we got quite a bit. Let's go through this list, and let's finalize some of the stuff we have going on here. So HCNP, so this one here, up 22, 253. I like the price action here, but then it's just getting pretty flat right now. I don't like what it's doing now on the 1 minute and 5 minute chart. And what was the flow for this one we mentioned? It
was 163 million.
163. So let's find some levels, guys. But you know what? No, I don't like this one. I don't like the way the price action is right now. Again, you had a nice move up here, but it's pretty flat right now. It could tend to be very choppy. I think we have other ones that are trading a lot better. So I'm gonna skip on this one. Get rid of this one here. Whoops. Here we go. JD has a great pre-market action. I'm definitely going to watch JD today. Tons of volume. The key for me for JD will be to wait into it settles in at the open. It might be a little crazy with all the volume we're seeing at the pre-market. So I have the pre-market 29.95. Above that, we're going back to last year here. So what do we have above this? Not a clean daily chart. So it's very hard to find levels when you have a daily chart that's like this. See how crappy this is. Nothing clean. Not a good flow on the daily chart. So I'm gonna pick this one up here. 33 seems to be one, and then you also have somewhat of a gap here on this date. 30.59. So you kind of got a gap here that it dropped down from. Then towards the bottom, let's see what levels we have towards the bottom here. Clearly we have this one, this peak from a couple of days ago, 27.47. You got a moving average coming in here. I'm gonna mark this moving average. Could be interesting. 28.72. I think that's the 200-day moving average. Yeah, it has to be. And then right over here below that moving average, you do have, again, right over here you have 28.05. So this is what happens when you don't have a clean daily chart like JD does. This is not a clean daily chart. It becomes pretty difficult to find significant levels, and that's why we're struggling in this area to find levels towards the top. It's just not a clean. Look at this pre-market there's a daily chart action, just not clean at all. All right, so JD, I like losing it a bit now. We do have shares for short on JD, up 12%. So with tons of volume, so that's going to be interesting today. Billy, Let's find some levels for Billy. Pre-market action looks a little bit dead right now. High of the pre-market 21.59. Low of the pre-market we're at 20.58, and then we have this level right over here at 20.99. Towards the top we have some levels right over here. Next level towards the top 22.72. Is that the all-time high? Yep, that is the all-time high. So that's interesting. Let's see if it can push its way up there. CGC, let's look at CGC. CGC's day. I like the daily chart in CGC. Again, we're talking about it's kind of putting like a double bottom here, so I do like that. Next level, we're above where the price action is now is 49.84. Above that, we have 51.92. Zoom in a bit, we can get something a little closer. Right over here on this date, we have daily level at 47.78. Towards the bottom, plenty of levels, guys, from your chart already. Previous day high, previous day high, previous day high, previous day close, previous day low, and then previous day low from 2 days ago. And I think I saw something else here. Nope, that's it. So CGC looks good, has some good volume, all 3%. Pre-market action is so-so, not getting too excited about it now, but it does have a beautiful daily chart, so I do like that. BMY, I don't like BMY. Not a great pre-market action here. It does have the volume, 402, but that volume is not creating anything exciting. And daily, look at the daily chart. It's just horrible daily chart. Doesn't look great at all. And look at this over here too, how choppy it is. So I'm going to stay away from this one. And also from experience, Norm, we know that this is a hard stock to trade. I mean,
yeah,
we've seen it plenty of times here in our gappers. MU, I'm not going to watch MU. It's just... Although, again, it could be something. I'll wait for it to hit our scanners. We'll find some levels just in case it hits our scanners, but I'm not really going to watch it because it might not put in anything today. 39.28, the next level towards the bottom. Below that, we have 37.49. Above that, you have plenty. Look at these over here. Previous day low, previous day close, dotted black line. Another previous day low from here, and then the highs right over here. So it looks like I'm gonna mark the low of right now, but this could change. Obviously, it looks like it's about to break it. You know, I'm not gonna mark it. Might break. It might not be done selling off here. So so that's it for MU. I'm not going to watch this one, but I do have my levels ready in case it hits our turbo breakdown scanners. ALDR. You mentioned, Norm, this was a pharmaceutical, I believe.
Yeah, I think they had a secondary offering, if I remember correctly, and that's kind of what's put it in that spot.
Yeah, and again, the daily chart I don't like at all, guys. Pre-market action also looks a little funky, so I'm just gonna stay away from this one. I'm not gonna watch this one today. Sky's not doing much neither. Not a great pre-market action, pretty flat. Again, guys, make sure you check class 2 on how to find stock. It is on YouTube. If what I'm saying, some of the stuff is not sinking in yet, it will. The more and more you watch our pre-market show, look at the class 2 again if you're just starting. I saw that class probably like 3 times when I first started, because when Andrew was saying all this stuff, I'm like, what is this guy talking about? But trust me, it does sink in. It becomes easier and easier to look at these patterns. So check out class 2. This right here is a horrible pre-market action. This is like a 4 out of a 10. So I'm gonna everything looks good, right? Down 5.7, 393,000 shares traded. But again, just not a great pre-market action at the moment. All right, so next SQ. SQ seems like it's trying to bounce back, even though in this choppiness here, it looks like it's trying to bounce back and close this gap. So I'll watch SQ today. It is towards the bottom. We have 74.72, 73.86, which is very close to the previous day low right now. I'm sorry, to the pre-market low at the moment. You can see is we got it from this day over here, and then towards the top. Next level we have is 76.69, which is the low of 2 days ago. We got a moving average moving in here. I'm going to mark this moving average 76.53, also supported by this daily level here as well. So I like that one. So that's SQ. Again, right now it has great volume. Looks like it's trying to bounce. It's like it's trying to get up there. So let's see what it does. It's looking cleaner than it did earlier, right? Earlier it was just very choppy here. Now it's starting to put in a nice little move here. Celgi very choppy. I'm not going to watch Celgi. Well, look at this action here. It does have the volume, 1 million shares traded, but I don't like the way this stock trades. It's not clean for me, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Box, all right, Box might be trying to break out here. Very choppy action here, just very choppy. But but I do like this daily charts down quite a bit. So this could be interesting today. It's trying to make a big bounce here. So low of the pre-market 1850. Below that, just in case this thing decides to do a U-turn, let's mark down 1648 all the way down here. You can also mark this day here. Got tons of moving averages here, 1766. You also have all these days kind of bouncing off of that. So towards the top, I'm going to mark down this consolidation situation here. You got these days kind of bouncing their head off 2040. Also, look at this moving average coming in around the same area, 2040. Above this, you obviously have a big gap to close here, 2232. And then nothing really clean between here. I just don't see anything at all. So if it gets above 2040, we can see what other technicals we can find. But I don't see anything clean between these 3 days here at the moment. All right, guys, so plenty of levels on box. Hopefully can break out of this, create a good pop here. Fit, I don't like the way Fit is trading. Norm, what's your thoughts on this one? You see anything you like here?
No, not really. That candle just before 9 a.m. popping up that hard right there kind of worries me. It's real choppy, picks up high volume just out of nowhere. So
yeah, I don't want to be involved in anything like that. Agreed. So going to get rid of Fit. HPQ, guys, this is not a clean pre-market action. And again, it does not mean that it cannot do anything at the open, right? It is down quite a bit, 14.6. But there's other ones that have a better, cleaner pre-market action. This is extremely choppy here. So I'm going to remove this one. All right, so XQBG. I'm going to watch this one because it's interesting. This is actually a 45 million share floor. I want to see how this opens. It's just interesting. Right now it doesn't look good, though. It's losing it. And usually we need things to hold to take it for a long here. But I do have shares for short, but it is under $5. I'm going to be very careful with that. I have the pre-market 280. You can also mark this level right over here, 210, because it's kind of popped up over there. It held it, and then it kind of lost it here. So that could be interesting. On the daily chart, what other levels we have here? All right, so you got some consolidation happening here at around 175. Let's see if it can hold that now, where it's at now. And then if it loses that, I'm not really going to be interested in it anyway. So not one of my favorites, but I'm curious to see how this is going to trade today. RKDA starting to bounce back a bit here. Some good volume, up 53. This one is a really low flow. I think this one was 2.9. So we'll mark some levels just in case we get a good ABCD pattern, a good bull flag, or a good fallen angel. High of the pre-market 971. What do we have? What do we have over here? All right, so we do have a date right over here. Another spike at 12 if it goes higher. We can also mark 11, but not very clean levels here, guys. But again, we have something on here. I'm gonna mark this one as well because it seems to have gone here 784 and tested it a few times, right? So 1, 2. So let's see if this is where it wants to bounce from. But again, not a fan of these two. I like the ones that are up here. These I'm just going to watch in case we get an opportunity, but I'm not going to be looking to aggressively trade those stocks. All right, guys, so that is my watch list. Norm, anything you have on your end that you'll be watching today?
No, I'll have NVIDIA on it, which probably isn't surprising to you. But I think other than that, we pretty much I've got Roku too. But other than those, we pretty much match up.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna add Roku because I'm curious. I have a little space here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I could watch one more. I'm really gonna focus on these 6 stocks, guys. These 2 I'm not too interested in. I have them on here just in case they pop up into our turbo scanners. I'm gonna pop into it. But I have 6 watch lists, and these are the ones that are going to be on my 6 watch list screens today. So we have someone mentioned. What do we have here? Melly. Let's look at Melly. Guys, we have a few minutes before Andrew comes on. Anyone sees anything we want us to take a look at? So the problem with Melly is the volume, guys. I mean, it has no volume right now, and this stock is trading at 446. And look at the moves on this. I mean, some of these candles could be, you know, what's that, $2 or something, whatever that is. So again, I don't see how this is tradable. What the daily chart looks like. Had a huge day yesterday. But you can watch this and wait for a mid-morning play, see if it puts in something nice. But how did it trade yesterday? Let's just go back real quick. Yeah, so yesterday, look at it had a good open yesterday, and then it just kind of chopped around the rest of the day. So look at this from here to here, absolutely nothing. So just be careful with this one, guys, because again, it could drop what, $5 on you. So be careful with that one.
And Gordon makes a good point. I think we looked at this yesterday. The spread is like $5 or more.
That's insane. What are you gonna take? 30 shares, 20 shares? I mean, that's the only way you can manage your risk on something like this. So yeah.
And frankly, if you wanted to buy 100 shares of it at this moment, the spread is $14.
Right. So you'll be down on what, 140 off the bat. I mean, I just don't see how that's manageable. All right, and then we have David from Connecticut, ICPT. Let's check that out. ICPT has some volume here. Pre-market action on the 1 minute chart looks good. 5 minute looks okay. Yeah, wow. I don't like the daily chart though. I do not like the daily chart. Actually, Andrew mentioned this yesterday on Jibo. Jibo is good at selling down, not selling up, and I didn't realize that. And I went back to see. Let me check that out. So Jibo, the few times it is good that he pointed this out, because again, this is the stuff that you learn as you see Andrew, go through his watch list. He looked back and said, hey, Jibo's good at selling off, not selling up. And you're right. Look, opens here, sells off. Opens up here, sells off, like it did yesterday, right? So he pointed this out yesterday. He pointed this out yesterday from a couple of weeks ago, and yesterday did the exact same thing. So and I started going back, and you're right. Had one day where it sold up, but the rest it opens higher and it just sells down. So that's some good, interesting thing to look for going forward. So going back to ICPT, guys, I'm unsure of this one. I think it is in play. I think that it has a good pre-market action right now, but just the way this thing is moving. Norm, you're good at higher price stocks. What's your take on this one?
I'd have to wait for it to settle down. I mean, that one candle it's on is $2 essentially on the 5 minute.
Mm-hmm.
The spread is $1 right now. I wouldn't even touch it with that. It might narrow up, close up at the open, but
yep, I agrees with that. So I'm not sure about that, guys. So far this is what we have. Let me sure Wi-Fi is showing up on our Gapper scanner. Let's see what that's doing. Not much happening
and
there.
Also the other thing about ICPT is it's a relatively low float. It's only 28 million shares despite its price.
Oh, it is. I'm glad you pointed that out. Yeah, I mean, it's trading like a low flow. You're right. This thing is moving, between dollars like a cent. And again, just look at these days. I don't like the daily chart. That's what I saw first. Not a fan of it. Good morning, Brian. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, good morning, Brian. All right, you guys take care. Good morning. You guys take care, trade safe. I'm going to hop off, let Brian take my spot.
Thanks, Norm.
Thanks, Norm. Norm turned into NVIDIA, man. I used to trade that.
Yes, he sure did. It didn't give him a lot of love yesterday, but he found something else to abuse, so all good.
Yeah, there you go.
Great recap yesterday.
So we got CGC on the move a little bit.
Yeah, I was talking about the daily chart also. Look at the daily chart, how great that looks. It's like setting up for a bounce here.
What's did Square report? I didn't see them in the list this week.
I'm not sure. Let's check Benzinga because they're gapping here quite a bit.
It's gapping down a lot.
Yeah,
MU's down a fair amount too.
So
tech sector seems.
Yeah, we guidance on Q1. That's what it is. So yeah, they had earnings. I guess after the close yesterday.
Okay. Because it's not, because I'm looking at PayPal too. It's not moving the same, so it's a stock specific. So looking at TDOC, some of these ones are coming back. Box is kind of coming back.
Yeah.
TDOC's kind of coming back.
Yeah, I like Box. It's down quite a bit. Looks like it's trying to put in a bounce here. So.
Yeah, so we've got a fair amount to watch this morning, or at least a fair amount of opportunities here.
Yes.
RKDA doesn't seem to be. It had a big run back in March of last year. when it went from around this level to about, God, it topped out at 65
Wow.
from about
Yeah.
3. So this thing can really run. It's a biotech.
Yeah, it seems to be holding the 784. Tested it twice, so
Yeah.
hopefully can get back towards the highs
Yeah.
and give us a good opportunity here.
Each. Have you looked at these? There's HZNP.
Yeah, I took that one off. I did look at that one. Took that one off just because we have so many to watch. But what's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah. Well, it's definitely gapping up, and price action's kind of flat right now. I don't know. It just seems to be sliding a little bit here, but it's gapping up quite a bit. Got a fair amount of shares for short. I know it's like you said. There's a lot of things to, a lot of opportunities to look at this morning.
Yeah, PP on YouTube. Yeah, so JCP we looked at earlier today. It's just it doesn't look clean, to be honest. Again, 3.7 million shares traded, and it doesn't move much. And if you look at the daily chart, it can be really choppy. So I'm gonna stay away from this one. If you decide to watch, just be careful with the chop. And that'll be just my recommendation to you on that one.
Yeah, and the MNST Monster is gapping up a lot, but there isn't a lot of volume, which is a bit of a concern.
What's the ticker? MNST. ST. Okay.
It's only done 30,000 shares this morning, but it's up like almost 10%. I think that's Monster Beverage. And Bilibili.
Yeah, Bilibili's on here, so I got them as well.
Yeah.
I think the all-time high
Kind of
is
seems
22.
choppy pre-market.
Yeah, it's very choppy. The 22.72 is the all-time high, so
Yeah.
not close to it yet, but it's putting in a strong move. Hasn't been up here in a while, so could be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, T-Doc keeps creeping higher. Okay. Well, like you said, we got a lot of things that we can watch this morning.
Yeah, we sure do. What I want to focus on today is make sure if I don't have anything going on in my list to look at the scanners, because we talked about this earlier. We got to get better at looking at scanners. Something you can focus in on what you have and not realize that something is blowing up in the turbo breakdown. So keep an eye on that.
Turbo breakup. Yeah, no, I've been trying to look at those a little bit more and pay a little bit more attention to the scanners, and it has helped actually. It helped me pick up a few stocks that were moving, especially ones that are breaking out. So yeah, it's definitely something I've been trying to keep more of an eye on the last little while.
Yeah.
And Roku's continuing its journey back to.
I have Roku on here. It doesn't have a lot of volume, but again, just the way this thing's been trading, it's just unreal.
Yeah, it's back at the high yesterday. Pretty close anyway. No, that's not right. It's higher than that. 67.43 was the high yesterday. So it's over that. At least that's what it looks like on my screen here. Yeah, 75 is about where it topped out last run back in October last year. Yeah.
Yeah, see what it puts
strong.
in today.
Yeah. And CGC, gonna trade. That's got to be up on some news, eh?
CGC.
A little bit of news, or is it?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't check the news. Just thought it was kind of just putting it in a bounce. Let's check CGC. Oh yeah, see someone mentioned this on YouTube earlier about Martha Stewart, or and I thought they were just putting, I thought it was just saying a joke. I was like, oh, that's a good joke, but no, they got some news on it.
Oh my goodness! Everybody and their dog is joining the pot craze, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The CBD craze. That's funny.
Pot brownies.
Yeah, T-Dogs.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, right, eh? There you go. I can just see her doing some cooking shows a year from now using pot.
That is amazing.
Okay, RKDA. Peter's looking at RKDA. What is it doing?
Yeah, let's see if it's holding here.
Oh.
Yep.
Why is that not showing up on the scanner?
I have it on the NASDAQ gainers. It's right on the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There it is. Yeah. No,
yeah.
I know. Why did I? Yeah, I looked at it earlier. Yeah. But people were saying it sliding a bit.
Yeah, it is.
I do have shares.
It came down
to. I only have
10,000.
Yeah, I only have 10,000 shares for short on that, and I'm guessing that's probably going to disappear. Okay, well, let's put together. Have you put together your watch list yet, or?
I'm actually typing it up right now. Okay. Send it out.
T-Doc is just is interesting. It just is looks like it's climbing itself out of a hole here.
Oh, it looks a lot better than what we looked at it earlier. Yeah, it does look interesting. I might add that on. All right, guys. Thank you guys on YouTube for joining us. Andrew's going to come on now and finalize his watch list, and then what I'll do is I'll watch my watch list, so does everybody else, and see what he has on his end, his intake, and then I'll make changes to my watch list accordingly. Thank you for joining us, guys. Make sure you comment and like, follow us on YouTube and Twitter as well at Bareboot Traders. Have a great trading day. Be disciplined, and talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Have a good one.